Hey guys, I'm going to talk about a theory what I think is going to happen in Jujutsu Kaisen Theory in the course. Having read manga, I know what's the anime. So far I know what's the first one and second episode, so I have no idea what's going to happen in the future. I just get into Jujutsu Kaisen. So I have like two ideas if the course will break out of Itadori, which I think it's a good possibility will happen. But the two will happen. The two things I think is gonna happen, but one I have a good idea is gonna happen that way. Let's start with the one I think is gonna happen if the course will break free from Itadori control. At this point, it's gonna be I say it's better. But let me explain what I think is going to happen with today, with the course and the world, how everything goes on. So, we all know today can let the course control his body, but we know so he can control, but after like we want to control his body. But the monster or the course they say in the second episode, he will find a way to make it don't get he control his body back. It can, but it can't do it at the same time. But this is my theory comes in mind. The course knows he could get today can control his body back, which I think in that line you need to figure out how to escape from a today body. Once he figured that out, he will try his hardest to get at his body, and once he succeed get at his body, run to a today. This is what I think is gonna happen if that do happen. If but the course escape his body, I think today he'll get extremely sick or die like he actually losing his body, dying rapid pace, like rapid losing blood or whatever causes his body making it living. We know the course or Sakura not gonna leave his blood without not harm him. We know you're gonna do some kind of harm with him. So when today is gonna die really quick, I think someone will save him, or they need to defeat the course, get something inside the course and gain that to the day to get that thing back to make him survive. But that's gonna be a one hell of fight with Circle. We know that course is not pushover when it comes to a fight, when it becomes the true form as well, no one knows about if it is a true form, but I think there is a true form of that. Go in the principle of the Taku Haskell, well, Toko Jujutsu Haskell. With those two fights, there's gonna be one series and deadly fight between those two. And once that fight ends, there has to be something inside the body, like a finger or something, or defeat them, like cut the finger or toes out from Circle. Because one thing that's gonna happen with the Circle, if he did get out of his body, the fingers and toes are gonna be grow back. And I think that's where Terry needs the toes and fingers because he eat that the first piece to get the coast inside him and the posing. I think when the coast could be released from his body, I think the posing will affect his body. He doesn't have that coast anymore inside him. So I think that could happen. I think that's a good chance happen if he did escape his body and he needs to eat that finger and coast and all toes again. But he needs to learn how to control the coast circle so he can't break free from that body again. So the other side is if Cycle can't get out of his body, can he somehow control his today body completely, so he had no control of his body. If that do happen, there's a chance Cycle might die and Todai die because the two is in the same body. So will the Todai might get his body back and or at least have no like serious information transformation in him. Yeah, it's gonna be a short time, but I think that will slowly go back to his favor them, and I think that the safe bet there is for him. To me, it's a safe bet for to die, don't die, actually die in the world. Somehow, like the course break free his body because there's a good chance he might die like without the poison torture. But which I do think that we will defeat Sakura and get at least a finger of the toe back. So today had to eat that finger or toe to get his abilities back and half back and everything back without Sakura. Because I do think they had to find a way to destroy, well, defeat Sakura for good and then won't come back. And today get his left back without worry about anything like that ever again. So I think there are other ways that could happen. Let's say if Sakura D defeat would kill today off, that's a big serious moment there. If that do happen, I hope it's not the case, but if that do happen, Sakura would be transferred into true form, or at least use his body as a first to like fight against Google, the principal, and the other students, and that could happen too. So either way, it's gonna be extremely hard to defeat outside his body or inside his body. If inside his body, they're probably gonna like try to defeat him, but not too bad because he can kill today in the process. So they need to figure out how to get Sakura outside his body somehow. Like that is a safe bet there, to my opinion. That's a safe bet. If that's gonna happen, if the cause Sakura is completely out of control or in control of his body, is taking him out of the body somehow. And my question to them is, how are you going to keep it today safe with that Sakura inside his body? Like how do you keep it safe? Because in time, I have a feeling each time if you let Sakura take control of his body, I think each time it's slowly Sakura will gain information on how to keep in control. So I think Itadori is to keep how much weight in control. Like they don't do it too often because we all know Sakura isn't that dumb, or hope not. Because if Sakura is dumb, that's a really pointless to have clothes like that. Because it's really strong, but it's really dumb at the same time. If that's the case, that's really dumb reason to keep a course inside his body. I'm just assuming he's small and he will figure out how to get out, like take control or get out of his body. To my opinion, what I think is gonna happen, I think at some point this is gonna happen. I think I could control his body somehow for today's a long period of time. I think someone on the God's side figure out how get a set up to the body, like I say his body, but they need to find a way to save him and defeat Sakura somehow. Which I did say is kill Sakura off, but keep at least a finger or toe to give him to. I know there's a chance to Sakura might come back as inside his body, but that's the thinking. Or there's something the king use to help him, or the last serious thing is death. So Sakura and Itadori die, and it's kind of silly to see that, but that's one upset, and that is really good chance might happen. I hope it's not gonna happen that way. I hope not, but if it happens, it happens. So but this time, that's pretty much it here. This is the end of the video. They gave you my thoughts of it, what possibility might happen, and all that stuff. Peace.